Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Play action. Now Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Owens. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always said, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. You look at this Buffalo defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Another run here with Benson. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Allen going to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. When you look at this Buffalo defense, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1 yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Henley. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. They get this out quickly to the left side. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The slot man in motion right. To the air. Allen. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Allen nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Allen again. Open man here is Benson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Bills had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they moved back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Allen off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. To throw is Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Pulled in at the 24. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's Allen to throw it. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, it's Benson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Allen now looks to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The Bills on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Allen. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff and look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Bills have taken the lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now 2nd and 5. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's Jackson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 30-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jackson now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Brian Thomas, a 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 2nd and 10. Now Allen. side here, and that's complete. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. One gain on third down. Good for 28.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then. But they're showing signs of life here. And they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Allen to throw once more. Completes it to Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Allen off the play fake. And he whips that one incomplete there.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Now a 2nd and 10. And again, it's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Keon Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here. Maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now 3rd down and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Second down and 8.
Now Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of a couple on what should be the final carry of half number 1. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Ravens 14.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Allen going to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
A give up the middle with Benson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. On play action, Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Allen. And it is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. Their 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
That's a play that likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A give left side for Benson.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Play action. Now it's Allen rolling to his right. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. To throw, it's Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
They looked at the situation, figured it out well. A 2-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wagner. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Picked a good spot there to dial the blitz up the middle.
Yeah, and it's hard to really figure out where guys are going to come from when you're facing a 3-4, because they can come from the left, the right, just as you noted, up the middle. When you've got those linebackers who are kind of hybrid guys, they can rush the pass or all drop in coverage. Hard for an offense to figure out where the pressure is going to come from.
Now it's Jackson. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Jackson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Jackson will keep it. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Well, I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. Algier. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Third and goal, Jackson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. But firing in that time, it was Nick Herbig. Credit him with a sack. Tucker's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on fourth and goal anyway, but the sack on third down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 8. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The Bills on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Slot man moves right. Allen from the gun on third down. Escaping the pressure right. Staying on his feet. Allen hit. He lost the football. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here's Jackson. Over the middle, that's caught by Owens. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. A gain there of 21 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. Jackson now. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for him to go. The football led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing is Jackson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. A 4th and very long coming up. You're out of field goal range. I don't know that you can go for this.
Well, I know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down 1 score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. 4th quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago, and it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
On first down, right back to Benson. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
They'll go again with Benson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Allen. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Bills use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Jackson. His throw incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
How many of those linebackers started as DBs and put themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
They run over center with Benson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, here's Benson. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. On the handoff, Benson running right. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they will take a knee here. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee.